This is Penny with Penny's Infinite Jewelry. Infinite means never-ending jewelry, because for some reason I keep getting jewelry boxes in the mail and at my door, and I just don't know how they get there. Maybe that I use my credit card and go online and purchase them a lot. Like, I've got to start listing my jewelry because it's overtaken me. It's like, I'm going to be drowning in jewelry. Okay, so this is the second part of the Nashville, Tennessee, the first box. And as you can see, we still have some goodies in there. And I laid out all the earrings. I don't know if you can see this, but I laid out all the earrings here in front of me so that we can see if there are any matches. We need matches. That's a pendant. I hope you enjoy the videos. I totally enjoy doing them. This is like the highlight of my day, but no makeup, sorry. I mean, I used to have a YouTube channel called Penny Keeping It Real, and I thought I had to go get my makeup on, and then I'd get so frustrated because I couldn't get the makeup on right, and it was like, you know what, I don't think people really care. They just want to see you do the unboxings, and they just want to see jewelry or whatever is in the box. Okay, so this is the first earring. And dingle, dingle, dingle. But there is no match. I feel like I'm playing a matching game. But please let me know if you're enjoying these videos. Anything you think I need to change. I am in my jewelry office. I used to call it the eBay office. But this used to be my huge walk-in closet 11 years ago when we moved here. And I had my husband to close off the wall to my bedroom. And then I made this, actually, it was a bedroom for a while. But I made this my little tiny eBay room. And then I ended up with a big room, and I get overwhelmed. I don't like wide spaces. I don't like a lot of space. It stresses me out. Okay, this is pretty. See that? I know I'm at a very weird angle, but I want you to see the jewelry that I have here on the table. So that you can see it. I know you probably can't see it very well, but we're going to try this instead of just looking at me the whole time. This is an earring. I see a lot of earrings in this box. I see a lot of tiny pieces, intricate, whatever. Pieces in here, tiny pieces. And I hope there is matches. There's an elephant. This is like the third or fourth elephant piece that I have found in this stuff, and it's got hair. Why can't people just take the hair out before you go donate that? Oh, here's a bracelet, and it says Laura, Rachel, Laura. I don't know if that's the name of the bracelet, but it looks kind of expensive because if you'll see the way it attaches. So if you know this bracelet, and is that the name of the bracelet? Rachel, Laura, Rachel, somebody. Let me know. It's gold and silver. We'll put it over here with that stuff. That is an earring. Oh my goodness. That is a heavy earring. My goodness, you'd about have to charge priority just to ship that earring. That's a big earring. Okay, did we have one of these? No, but we do have another pink one. So you are going to play the match game with me if that is something you want to do. This is pretty. It's a beaded, but if the toggle is so pretty on that. See it? I would have just stuck that in a crafter's lot, but the toggle is so pretty. It's a heart, and it's got a little stick that goes in there. There we go. What do you do with these just pretty beaded, I thought that was hematite, what do you call that, hematite? But it's not, it's just beads. Do you lock them together? I'm trying to figure out the best way to make some money so I can buy more jewelry. I just need my addiction, what do you call that, fulfilled. Okay, there's a pretty pendant. That is very pretty. We'll stick it over there. I mean, this is a really... What the heck is that? What the heck is that? It's a button. That's a button. Who's going to wear a button on their ear? That's got to be something from another decade or something. But it's got tape. I keep seeing a lot of tape on these. Must have came from the same person. Oh, this is a beautiful brooch. I'm a brooch person. Look at that. I'm going to let you see that for a second. It's got a butterfly. It's got a flower, but there's no name on the back. Here's a bracelet. It says laugh, but this is very pretty. It almost looks like Brighton. Could you put Brighton inspired? Try to let you see this. See the caps on each side of the thing, and it says live mother, laugh, family. That's beautiful. This mother may keep that. That may not be a catch and release. It may just be a catch. Here's a little silver brooch. Little silver brooch. Oh, I just want matches. Matches. Oh, that's so pretty. Isn't that pretty? I'm hoping you can see this. And there is, no, it's gone. No match. Come on. Come on, Goodwill. Give me a match. It's terrible. But one lady made a charm bracelet with all of her individual earrings. But I don't see that one either. Still got a lot to go. We'll see. I see these a lot. They're little angel pins. Now, one of my very first jewelry jars that I got at the Goodwill had an angel pin in it, and I was new to jewelry. I honestly started this when I saw Margaret on Texas Gal Treasure open up a jewelry jar. I was hooked. Oh, I found one in our Goodwill, and I just had to buy it, and then I kept going and getting more and more and more and more until I had 2 totes of jewelry that I still have most of it. And there was a little angel pin about that big, and I didn't know much about gold and silver. Well, I took it to my jeweler because at that time I didn't know much, so I'd bring him, gobs of stuff. And sure enough, it was 14 karat gold, and he gave me like $150 worth. It was probably worth way more than that. It's just a little earring. But hey, I was tickled, and I went right back and got me another jewelry jar. It's like, honestly, I feel like it when you're playing the lottery and you buy those little scratch-offs, and then you just go back and put all the money you won back into buying more scratch-offs, and then you wonder if you're ever getting ahead. So I would suggest not putting all the money back into it, but it is such a fun addiction. It is just so fun. And I know I've got tons of jewelry that if I started right now, I probably would have enough for a year, but I can't stop buying. Please tell me I'm not the only one. That cute little clip-on earring. Hopefully in my other box from Tennessee, there might be some matches. And I'm wondering if we don't find matches. Like, this is my second lot from Tennessee. And I'm wondering if we won't find matches from back when we first got, looking for my loop. Where'd you go, loop? There you go. See what this says. It's Spanish or something. Let me see. It's Mexican. Mexicans. Says, Estados Unidos Mexicanos. And I probably just killed that. But look at it. It's cute. It's got a little crab in the middle. And it's a little pendant. Cutie patootie. Look at these big earrings. We don't have fancy stores in my little town. If you drove through my town and you blinked, you would miss the whole town. And I don't see people dressing fancy and wearing stuff like that. I was conceived, I was born, and I was raised in my town. Pretty cool, huh? This is pretty. Teddy bear. And I had my husband in kindergarten. And I remember going home and telling my mama, there's a guy that just makes my heart flip-flop. And it was my my husband that I ended up marrying at 18. This says trademark, but it's extremely heavy. I mean, that would be amazing if that was silver. That is like, I'm going to see if you can see the words. It says trademark right there. But we started going together at 16 and we got married at 18. I had my first baby, not even in a year. I got pregnant 5 months after we were married. And then we had baby 2, baby 3, baby 4, baby 5, and baby 6. The Lord knew to just shut my woman up. Oh. But that's a whole nother story, that one of the Monday, Wednesdays, or whatever day I choose to do the jewelry and a story, I'll tell you the whole story of why we had so many kids. There's a dove, little dove. We've taken in foster kids through the years too, because I love children. I got a bingo. I got a bingo. That is so exciting. Woohoo. How much would you put on those? How much would you put on these little leaf chandelier jingle earrings? I mean, if we get $10, $15 out of those, it pays for us to get another fix jewelry. Another jewelry fix. Okay, this has a name on it. It says, I've never seen this name. No, this is Sarah Coventry, I think. Is it? I want to say it says Sarah Coventry, but I can't really. Usually I can see her name very good, but that's a beautiful little brooch. I went to Harbor Freight and bought me this container with a lid, with a handle, and it's for tools, but I'm going to put all my brooches in there. I feel like I need to organize my jewelry somehow. Instead of, all of my jewelry are still in the little boxes that I got in there. Most of them. There's a beaded bracelet. Beaded necklace. Beaded necklace with that pretty little heart. That's the second one I've gotten like that. Oh, look. It's a hat. But I can see it's missing some of its stones. Does people buy these with the stones missing? Or do you lot them together and put like a lot of missing stones? A lot of jewelry with missing stones. Okay, don't think I've got that one, but we'll lay it out here on the table. We will lay it out on the table. Okay, this is an earring. And we'll lay it out on the table. Come on, Goodwill, be good to me. This looks like Brighton, but I don't know. How do you know? Brighton usually has a B, but not always. Does it always have a B on it? That looks like Brighton to me. Here's just, I'll get these a dime a dozen little stuff. One time I took a little mason jar, tiny little mason jar, and I put like 29 pairs of earrings in it and sold it for like $30 or something. I don't know what that is. Oh, it's seahorse. It's a seahorse. It's a seahorse. See, this looks like Brighton. See this? Does this not look like Brighton? It's a little charm. And I know Brighton's a B, but this feels like Brighton and it looks like Brighton. All right. Here's how would you describe that? See, I'm going to put that up because it's like a little embroidered, beaded, I want to say, not Asian inspired, but, I don't know. It's beautiful. Beautiful. I don't know why that came to my mind. Here's a little red heart earring, and we'll put it with our singles. Here's a beautiful earring. And I don't know if this is Brighton either. I guess they just scoop up their earrings and throw them in here and say, good luck to y'all. I hope you can find something to do with them. I don't know what that is. It's a pretty, very, very pretty. It's got something written on it. Let me see what it says. Something Elizabeth the second. Elizabeth the second. And that almost feels gold. It almost feels gold. Thought I'd seen one of these. Do we not have a bingo? Sometimes I get my jewelry mixed up from like lots of time, a lot of time ago. Because you see so much. That reminds me of when you go to the little truck stops. They have that little square thing you can put the little pegs in, and you try to see how many you got left. And I don't know why that reminded me of that, but this, this is a heart that could be even brightened, but the back of it is so scratched up. But that's a pendant. Here's a bracelet, little bitty bracelet. Looks so tiny for just a little one. Just a little one. Okay, earrings. Earrings are attached. Okay. Now if I can just get through all my blog building. I've spent probably 50, 60 hours on it already. And can start listing stuff. Okay, here's the necklace part. But here's this. So I don't know if this attaches here, maybe? No, because there ain't nobody's neck that little. I won't even fit my little dog Annie. I don't know what you do with this thing. No idea what you do with it. Unless it's a lanyard. But then why is that up there? Oh, it could be a lanyard. We're going to call it a lanyard just because I don't know what it is. Here's another angel. I think these are like birthstones. I sold a silver little person the other day. Birthstone on Mercari. Here's a bangle bracelet. It feels very light and plastic. Here's an earring. Pretty, pretty earring. Pretty, pretty, pretty. Now, that would be pretty even using as a picture. The pictures I'm wanting to make. Now, I have my crafting table. Have my sewing machine in here. I have my Cricut in this room. Everything's here that I need to make crafts. Let me see if there's anything written on this. I do see something. Something written right there. What are you? What do you say? It says S-T-U-R, sturdy. Sturdy or steady. It's gold filled. It's something K gold filled. It's like 20. I see a 20, but it's a gold filled necklace. I would have never thought that. And they say gold filled is better than gold rolled. Gold filled is better than gold rolled. Rolling gold. I wish I was rolling in gold. Here's a cute little. And look at that. We wouldn't even know if that was some country singer's ring. We can just make up stories and we can imagine. I love to do that. I love to watch. I'm a people watcher. And then I just make up stories about them. Now here's a chain that we could probably use. It's just a chain. Just a chain. All right. Oh my goodness. It's a little cell phone. It is a little charm for a bracelet or an earring. And it's a little cell phone. It is so cute. Here's a ring. I'm going to try to speed up a little bit because I'm already 20 minutes in again. 30 minutes on this video again. Earrings. May have to be a third part to this. I just don't want to make each video too long. That's pretty. Isn't that pretty? Would that be something I should test with my Presidium checker? I'm sitting here and things are popping up on my phone. My kids are, all 6 of my children and daughter-in-laws are in a group chat. It's a little earring. You see that? It's cute. And so we're constantly chatting all day long back and forth. And when you're busy, it's like it keeps popping up. That is missing the missing the post that goes with it. There's a little earring. But look, I've got this much earrings left. So I'm hoping somewhere there will be some matches. But I may have to do a third part. Woohoo! These are the ones I said that look like balloons. We've got a match. We've got a match. I love matches. It's so sad when you get these beautiful, beautiful earrings and there's no matches. It's like going to the Goodwill bins and finding one shoe and carrying it around the whole time, never finding the other shoe. It's a pretty earring, clip on. Here's a, ooh, I wore these in the 80s. I had all colors. I bought them at Eckerd's drugstore in our town. Like I told you, our town is so tiny. We barely have a dollar store and a Walmart. Now that looks like something I need to check with my checker. Hey, there's something written on there. Let me see what it says. Let's see what it says. Monet. That's a Monet. Oh, no. How in the world? I guess if you're working at the Goodwill and all the stuff starts coming in, no one's going to sit down and put the matches together. They're just going to keep piling it up and piling it up because a lot of your Goodwills are not allowed to sell jewelry. My sister is the manager of a Goodwill in Tennessee. She's not allowed to sell jewelry. She sends all of her jewelry into the head office. So they probably just keep piling their jewelry up and no one's going to sit there and take time to put the matches together. That's pretty. But if they did, if they just hired one person to sit there and put the matches together and sell some of this stuff in the store, I think it would bring them a pretty good profit. I mean, they're getting by the pound with us. You know, this is a repurposed box. You don't get a box that says everything's going to be perfect. We know this is a repurposed box. But I just think that the Goodwill is leaving money on the table by just not sitting down and putting some of this stuff together. Hire you someone, pay them $50 a day to sit there and put your matches together. Man, I should be the CEO. Oh, and like ours doesn't even go to the dollar day. It just goes to what is it, 50% off? And then it goes right to the Goodwill bins. You know, unless they send it somewhere else and try to make money. That's beautiful. Look, it almost looks bright and too pretty. Unless they ship it to somewhere else before it goes to the salvage yard. I just think it makes my stomach sick to think that beautiful stuff is sitting in dumpsters that could have been recycled. And that's going to be part of my blog I'm doing. It's going to be about recycling things and giving it a new purpose and giving it a new life and a new owner and making it good again, because why not? Why not keep our denim jeans out of the garbage, the salvage yard? You know, why not make them something different? When I was a little girl, I would always have to get hand-me-downs because we were just dirt poor. And so I'd get the hand-me-downs from my cousin, and I could tell where the hem was, because the jeans were worn out. So her mother would hem them and then let the hem out. I think is how we did it for me. And then you could tell the difference on the bottom, which now would be popular. And then when the knees were out, my mom made shorts out of them. You know, we just didn't throw money away. And today I feel like people are just throwing money away. And you should be appreciative of every single dollar that you make. And if you can make that dollar make you more dollars, that's a lot better. I'm looking for matches. That's a lot better than taking, okay. When I get money, the only I can think about is how can I take this dollar and make it $2 or $3? I do. You reinvest your own money. Now, I've never seen earrings like this, but I have seen pendants. I had a cousin that did Amazon, Fulfilled by Amazon. He even showed me how to do it. And he would not spend $1 of the money he made. He would make enough to live on. Then he would go right back and buy stuff for his business. He never stopped buying for his business. Because when you run out of capital, when you run out of an inventory, then you no longer have a business. And so I'm telling you, if you are a reseller, and that's going to be part of my blog, I'm going to be talking about resellers, and I'll probably do some videos on here, is that you can take your money and make it make more money. Bingo! Got the match, got the match. Makes me want to do a dance like they do at the touchdown when they get a touchdown. I know I just seen this. I just showed you this. I know it did fall back in there. These are absolutely gorgeous, and they've got something written on the back of them. I'm going to see what it says. I'm going to see what the words say. Is there words? Hate when I think I see something. Well, I thought I did. Yeah, it does say something. It does say something. I see it. Is it Monet? Made in USA. Made in the USA. That's what's on it. All right. I still got some single earrings here. And some, well, let's see this. It's a ring. Isn't that pretty? I may just go and finish the video maybe a little longer. If you don't want to watch it all the way through, it's fine. There's a pendant. Here's a cross. There's a gold cross. And don't forget, when you're looking for gold and silver, sometimes the 925 or the 14 will be written on the outside of this stuff. The other day I had an earring, and I was just fixing to put it in another box when I noticed the 925 was written on the outside of this. So make sure you're looking everywhere for that silver and gold, because you don't want to leave something behind. That looks like a homemade. See, I wish I knew how to organize my jewelry. So, like, should I put all these together while I'm organizing? I used to put all the bracelets together, all the necklaces together, and all that. The Variety Club, the Variety Club. I'll have to look that one up. That's a little pendant. Tell me how you organize your jewelry so I can figure out. Did we see this one yet? I don't think so. We did not see that one yet. So I can figure out what to do. Now, these are hooked. That is the biggest back I have ever seen in my life. Look at that. You probably can't see it, but I'll put it back on here. You ever seen a back that big in your life? That has got to be the biggest back I've ever seen on an earring. I watched the Guinness Book. I watched something last night before I fell asleep about like people that's got the longest necks in the world, or the longest hands and stuff like that. And it was interesting that everybody, not just the people that have made it into the Guinness Book of World Records, but everyone in this world has something that is a flaw, has something that they don't like. I don't know what that is, but there is no hole, so I guess that would be a nose ring. I really don't know what that is. But there's this beautiful lady in my town, and I thought, there is nothing wrong with her. Oh, dear Lord, my nose is too big. I'm too fat. You know, I just went ahead and went with the gray because it kept growing out. And I'm like, oh, I just wish I was perfect like her. And one day, and she's an honest lady, she said, you wouldn't believe how ugly my feet are. She said, I have these bunions that got all over my feet. And I thought, wow, she's not perfect. You know, it's like everybody in this world has something about their body. I don't think anyone wakes up and just says, oh, I'm just so perfect. Everyone, if it's not your neck, if your toes, or something that you just don't like about yourself. But I was watching that, and one lady stayed in hibernation her whole life because of her hands were larger than everyone else. But my thing is, don't measure yourself against other resellers. Don't measure yourself against other jewelry people. Don't measure yourself against anyone but yourself. You know, that's when I stopped feeling so defeated. It's when I said, you know what? This is who I am. My grandbabies love me large like this. I want to lose weight for my health. But I got to where I didn't even want to do videos. I didn't want to talk. I didn't want to go to town because first thought in everyone's mind was, oh my God, look how big Penny has gotten. I was 100 pounds, 111 after I had my babies, you know, and that's a little rubber ring. And I had a hysterectomy, and it was after that I just cannot lose weight. And I don't know if I need to go get on something to help me. I can't walk. I had my knee replacement 2 years ago, and then I stepped in a hole and had ankle surgery. If I can just quit being surgery-fied, I might could lose some weight every time. That's cute. I was walking 4 miles a day just before my knee gave out, and I was bone on bone and had to have a knee replacement. But I can't, it's hard to lose weight when you can't get motivated because you can't go walk. I used to love my walking. I know we just seen one of these, and I know this was not supposed to be story time, but I absolutely feel like, you know, quit judging yourself. There's no measuring tape against anyone else. Those are matches. You have nobody to answer to, and, you know, and you don't have to be like everyone else. I am the kind of person, if someone's prosperous, well, I want to do what they're doing. Oh, I think I'm going to go do, I watched a lady that did nothing but glass stuff on eBay, and she was making such a good, you know, profit with it, and I kept watching her, and I think I'm going to go do glass stuff. So I go buy up all this glass stuff, and I looked at my husband, I said, how do we ship this stuff? I said, I don't want to do glass. And then I watched somebody that done just jeans, just denim jeans. There's another gold earring. Oh, do we have a match? Nope. They're different. And I'm like, okay, I want to do denim jeans. So I get out all these denim jeans, and I couldn't sell the one of them. And it was like, I don't know if I got the wrong denim or what, but these are matches, and these were hooked together. But I just feel like we need to quit looking around. Go find your own niche. Find what makes you happy. You know, you may just like t-shirts. You might just like band t-shirts. You might like vintage clothes, or just vintage jewelry, or signed jewelry, or whatever, little ring. But don't look at anyone else and then measure yourself and think that you're the one that's coming up short, because that's a little charm. You're not coming up short against yourself, because there's no one to measure yourself. Those are like there were 80s, maybe 80s. I've always told my children, put a circle around yourself and take care of who's in that circle first. Because if you don't take care of yourself, you're going to be no good for your children. You're going to be no good for your husband. You're going to be no good for your friends, no good for your church. You're going to be no good for anybody. Take care of you. Make, you know, not neglecting everyone. You know, I'm not saying go out and neglect your children or neglect your husband, but make sure you're emotionally filled. Make sure you're doing things that make you happy. Make sure you have a community around you, you know, that you can talk to, or at least one, everybody needs at least one person that they can go to and talk to. You know, make sure that you're taking care of you emotionally and spiritually and physically. And because if you don't, didn't agree with that, never heard of it in my life, till a pastor that is like, he is like my spiritual daddy. If I have a spiritual daddy on this earth, I've actually ministered in my town for years, and I umbrellaed under him or just went under his wings at his church and learned from him, and we talked and everything. And he told my husband that, because my husband was given out from trying to make a living. You know, I took care of the 6 kids physically, but he worked this job at the school, and then after the school he'd go do another odd job, and he was about half dead. And the pastor said, when an airplane is going down, they will say, parents, put the oxygen on yourself first before your children, because if you land, if that plane goes down and you're dead, who's going to take care of the kids? You got to be strong. You got to make sure you're strong. And ladies, I know that when you have children and you feel like all you do is change diapers and take care of kids that cry and fight and you know, and I even used to resent my husband because he could get to work, come back, and then he would just sit there and watch TV. I'm like, what are you doing? The laundry still needs to be done, and the dishes need to be done, and the cooking needs to be done. But if it's just 15 minutes where they take a nap if it's just your time in the bathroom, if it's just whatever. Find about 15 minutes to sit there and say positive things to yourself. Just positive. You know, I'm going to drink some of my green tea because I'm getting thirsty. But just, you got to stay positive. And, you know, we watch these other YouTubers, and they've got all these subscribers, and then they start telling us about all this money they're making on their site, and we're only making maybe $100 a week, working as hard as we can because we're trying to take care of the kids and take care of that. But you know what? They may have more time on their hands than you. If you're making a profit, if you are making a profit, if you are spending $1 and making $2, you know what? Give yourself a pat on the back because you are doing great. You cannot go broke making a profit. And just find something. If it's reading or prayer or just yoga, whatever you find, that exercise, you know, find you someone on TV. And there's another one, of them big, huge. Now, I knew if this was Texas, I would understand why those backs were so big. And this came from Tennessee. But find something, some breathing techniques. Felt the other one of these. Yep, there it goes. Find something that I love to read. I can lose myself in a book. I am a reader. I could read. Now, we tested one just like this the other day, but it wasn't 2 pieces, and it was silver, and it wasn't written on it anywhere. But I love to read. You've got to find a hobby. Find a friend. You know, go walking, or don't leave your kids alone. Don't leave your kids alone to go walking. But I'm just saying, I know as a mama, I kept trying to, okay, I'm just going to be honest here. I had 6 children. I was babysitting other people's kids, taking in foster kids at times. I had my own thrift shop or gift shop. I was coaching softball, cheerleading. All my kids were in sports. I was nursing. I nursed for 4 straight years. I was going to college. I just got my bachelor's last May. It took me 15 years to get it. And I was ministering. I was actually running a church. I was the pastor of a church. And so the men of the church came to me and asked me. And all I was doing was just speaking and, you know, motivating them on Thursday nights. And they came to me and asked me, you know, we want you to be here, be our leader. And of course, I had a council group of men that we had meetings. You know, I didn't try to run the men or anything like that. And I did all that. And then one time I got pneumonia, and it was because I was absolutely just completely worn out. And answering the phones when people called or needed me or needed prayer. And there's another earring. But I look back now, and that I'm probably never going to use that bachelor's degree because of the arthritis and the fibromyalgia in my body. If I could go back and I could tell my younger self something, that raising my 6 children was my ministry. That was what I was supposed to be doing in that season of my life. Now I have a daughter that's a psychologist. She went to school 9 straight years. Have a daughter that's a teacher. Have a daughter that is an amazing mother to 3 children. She actually went through college and ended up working at her prison. Then I have a son that actually works at the school where his daddy worked and is touching lives every day. And then I have a daughter that's fixing to be 17, and then my 12-year-old. But if I could go back, I would stop wearing myself out. I would take care of just my children, and I would absolutely take time for myself. And I didn't do that. And then you get resenting your husband, and this could be vice versa. And then you get, you know, well, heard Joyce Meyer say one time, her daughter said, Mom, I'm just so tired. I got to run this kid to this sport and this kid to this sport, and another earring. And she said, well, why do you got to do all that? Those kids don't need to be in them sports. You know, we take on things. I don't know why I'm telling you this today. Somebody needs to hear this. But we take on things that are not necessary because we think that, and I'll tell you, I heard a lady minister one time. She goes around everywhere. She sings and she speaks. And she said, if you'll take care of everyone else's kids, God will take care of yours. And I'm not quite sure that was the best advice, to be honest. because I go back now and like everyone else, I can see things I could have done different. I mean, I've got amazing children. Everybody in my community just loves the Six Johnson tribe. They do. We really have a good name in this town and all. And everybody loves my children. And I worked hard. I mean, I did my part as a mom. But could I have done better of taking care of myself? So I could have been even a better mom. And I don't know why I'm telling this, but somebody needs this today. And I wasn't going to say anything about being a pastor of a church, but that just came out of me. But that was just for a season, you know. This little diamond looks like diamonds. That was for a season. And things you're in right now could just be for a season. You know, the flowers don't bloom in the winter, and it's just for a season. All right, so I'm going to quit with this tape since I've started preaching on here. I wasn't going to do that. Separate. But anyhow, I love all of you. If no one tells you today that they love you, I just did. I just told you that I appreciate you. There's 41 subscribers. I mean, I could go right now and look at every single one of you. You are a person, and you do mean, you mean a lot to me. Every single one of you. So, go be prosperous. Take care of yourself. If that's just a bubble bath or sit outside and read a book, but take care of yourself as well as your family. And this is Penny, and this is Penny's Infinite Jewelry.